Well, can we,
It's your show.
I guess, open the, what is it today, July 18th, ZBA meeting.
Very good. Okay, I'll do the roll call. Knight,
Yes.
Allen,
Here.
Walkley, Alt,
Yes.
Bontrager,
Here.
Nichols.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, next step is approve the minutes for our last meeting. Any corrections, deletions, or additions?
I move that we approve them.
Second.
Okay, we got,
Who supported? Was it Knight?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, motion by Bontrager, supported by Knight to approve the meeting minutes that is in your packet, December 20th, 2012. Alt,
Yes.
Bontrager,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Knight,
Yes.
and Nichols.
right,
They're approved.
okay, any public comments? Guess not. Then, let's- new business.
Okay, Mr. Chair. Hi there.
Hi,
Got to be the applicant.
I am.
Are you Don?
I am. Dan's
Okay.
on his way.
Oh, okay. Tonight, we have a public hearing to consider a request for a sign variance application for the Clam Lake Beer Company located at 106 South Mitchell Street, Cadillac, Michigan. And Mike Coy, Mike has been with the city now for about a month, and Mike put the report together for you. He's going to do the presentation tonight. We'll be using the overhead projectors or the monitors, and so Mr. Chair, before we actually open the public speaking portion of the hearing, I'd like to have Mike come up, give his presentation in case you have any questions, after which you can open it up.
Fine.
I may break in once in a while, so, but I'll try to be quiet.
Please do.
I'll try
Please do.
to be quiet.
This is new territory for me, so. Mr. Chairman, Zoning Board of Appeals, we actually, with this sign variance, we have two separate variances to actually look at. The pictures that you are looking at there, they're a little faded, or they're small, but essentially, I believe it's two examples, basically, of the same sign. What it is, of course, is it's a projecting sign. The current signage that they have, the current location is the Shea Station, and that is at 106, would be South Mitchell. The current signage they have is an awning with a small hanging sign underneath it. And what they're looking to do is to replace that awning with a projecting sign. The photo basically, this photo here shows, again, different colors, slightly different verbiage or design of the same sign. The dimensions, of course, aren't changed at all. But in looking at that, they clearly are trying to maintain a design that keeps with the character, the looks as it relates to the building that it is on. In your ZBA staff packet, you should have the following information. There should be the actual variance application from the Clam Lake Beer Company. You have the sign design graphics, which I believe also shows an example of the type of bracket that they're looking at using. There should be the staff report, which the bulk of it, I'm the person that prepared. And then there should be a copy of one written correspondence in there, and that would be from Tammy and Rick Grant. And all that should be in your packet. This variance request, again, is to install a projecting sign at Mitchell Street above the entryway. It will have a display surface of just under 14 square foot, essentially 13.8 square feet. Under section 46664 of the Cadillac zoning ordinance, it basically provides that a projecting sign shall not exceed 6 square foot. It also says, or this particular design, the sign will project 45 inches from the wall, as opposed to what the ordinance currently says, which is a maximum of 42 inches. So those are the two issues. One has to do with the distance it's projecting out, and the other has to do with the square footage of the actual sign itself. And again, there's a picture of it. The lighting that is currently outside the Shea Station in front, they are going to be leaving that, but it is the actual awning with that small hanging sign underneath it that they'll be taking down and replacing, or they hope to replace with this type of projecting sign. This is not a sign that they need a variance on, but it basically shows what they're looking to do at the back side of the building facing towards the city park and so forth. It is in the exact same location, in the same type of sign that's currently there. It just, of course, does not say anything with the Shea Station. It's Clam Lake Beer Company. The background of this particular location, it is the site of the Shea Station. It'll soon be the former Shea Station restaurant. It is located in the downtown district. Again, the sign will replace an existing awning canopy type with the associated hanging sign underneath it. The dimensions of the current awning canopy, currently it's right around 18 square foot. So it is larger than what they are proposing. This sign was also, this plan and sign was reviewed by the Cadillac Downtown Development Authority Board, comprised of downtown business owners, and the DDA Board did unanimously support the idea for the sign and in granting the variance. I personally did a background review of current projecting signs in downtown Cadillac, and what got me to do it was I was driving down Mitchell Street early one evening, and I got looking at projecting signs at a variety of different businesses such as Maggie's, the Cadillac Party Lounge, Pell's, going right down the street, ending up at basically the Roaring Twenties Saloon. And what I found was that of the 10 current projecting signs in that area, 9 of them clearly have square footage dimensions greater than 6 square feet, which is the current ordinance. They ranged in size from 12 square feet to as high as 42 square foot. And that is an estimate that I think I put in the review that I did at the very back. Obviously, I didn't get a ladder with a tape measure and do it, so I was more or less eyeball estimating it. Also, of the 10 signs, 8 of them already project greater than 42 inches. And they basically ranged in projection away from the building anywhere from 48 inches, 4 foot. One of them was as far away from the building, sticking out over the sidewalk, as 100 inches sticking out. Also, due to the weight of these, all 10 of these current projecting signs have some type of cable, chain, something added from different angles to add support, obviously, for the weight. And due to this particular sign that they're proposing putting up, they got with the person that'll be making it. They estimated the weight at 30 pounds. And as a result of that, the type of brackets they are planning on using to support it should be able to support that sign and its weight without any type of chains, cables, helping hold it up like these other 10 signs currently have. So personally, I just call the cables and chains that are on the current signs just clutter, and this sign should not have any of that. The proposed sign, basically I'll read this. Field review, which is my review, it indicates the size and projection of this sign is well within the limits of comparable projecting signs in the downtown. The surface area is less than that of the existing Shea Station awning and canopy, and that does plan to be removed. This sign has been designed and positioned to provide an acceptable level of visibility from the sidewalk, from Mitchell Street, while maintaining a design integrity that is consistent with the character of the building and the downtown in general. They certainly have tried to, with their design, fit the historical theme of the downtown area. The size of it is not overpowering. A couple of the other signs I looked at they're big, and this, in comparison, is not overpowering. The applicant seeks approval to erect a sign consistent with the character of the building, the area, an adequate size to provide them some visibility for people, pedestrians, motorists, in a manner that isn't considered overpowering, ostentatious, or deleterious. Jerry added that word to it, to surrounding businesses and other signs. And I actually looked up that word, and it says harmful in a subtle way. So that word is Jerry's. The nearby property owners within 300 feet have all been sent letters, the opportunity to comment. There has been a notice in the newspaper. No objections were raised. Of the public comments, we did receive a letter from Rick and Tammy Grant, the owners of RJ Grants at 107 South Mitchell. They support the application. Also, the Downtown Development Authority at their last meeting, they supported this application also. What we have, should the Zoning Board of Appeal approve the variance, what we have is an applicant who's seeking approval from the Zoning Board of Appeals. Staff does recommend, though, that if it is approved, the following conditions be met. The existing awning canopy associated with the hanging sign underneath it shall be removed. No additional projecting sign can be put on the front of the building for that business. You're only allowed one, and that's it. Lastly, the lowest portion of that sign will be not less than 7 foot from the underlying sidewalk. The current hanging sign under the Shea awning, if it's 7 foot, it's right at 7 foot. It might even be a couple few inches below it, but this will clearly be above that 7 foot, and it'll be below the 15-foot maximum. We've put together a draft motion for review only. This is an example. This is something Jerry did put together for me. If the ZBA does make a motion to approve this variance, and I'm going to quickly read it. Based on compliance with the standards of the ordinance, motion is made to approve a variance application by the Clam Lake Beer Company, LLC, 4949 Timberlawn Court, Cadillac, Michigan, to erect a 40-inch by 50-inch projecting sign at 106 South Mitchell Street. Said sign to project 45 inches from the front face of the building. The motion is subject to the following conditions. The existing awning, canopy, and associated hanging sign shall be removed. No additional projecting signs shall be installed on the front exterior of the building. And lastly, the lowest portion of the sign shall not be less than 7 feet above the underlying sidewalk. Again, here are pictures of the proposed sign that they would like to put up. Again, it does appear to fit the integrity of the building, the style of the building. I believe that wraps it up.
Yeah, in terms of the motion, as Mike mentioned, it's just a sample type of motion. Obviously, you can deny or you can approve with conditions, but I wanted to, particularly with Mike just starting out here, I wanted to give him an example of the type of motions that you make, and so it just kind of worked in well. But we're open to any questions, or if you'd prefer to wait, the applicants are here tonight, Mr. Chair, and I'd suggest perhaps that you open up the public speaking portion of the hearing, let them introduce themselves, and if they want to add any comments, to do so at that time. You can ask them any questions, and then you can deliberate.
Yeah. We'll open the public comments. You got any comments for us, or?
I think Mike did a great job explaining what we're trying to do.
Dan, may we have your name and address,
Yeah.
please? For the
You got to stand up and name and address.
You will be on television, so...
Yeah. Used to that. I'm Dan Miner, Clam Lake Beer Company. My address is 4949 Timberlawn Court, Cadillac. I think Mike did an excellent job in explaining what we're trying to achieve with the size of the sign and the history of the building and the size of the building. So I think it's appropriate. So I really don't have a lot to add. If you have questions of me, I'm also here with Dawn Casey, the Director of Marketing for Clam Lake. We'll be happy to answer them.
Is that a lighted sign?
No, it is not.
There's lights projecting onto the sign.
Okay.
There's no electricity running.
Those overhead lights will still be existing
Lights
right up
overhead,
there.
project down on it. Those lights are there now.
So there's no future plans of changing that lighting so that it projects onto the
The
sign?
only thing we might do is add lights to shine on the sign, but the sign itself is not lit. I have samples of the material. You want to show again? The material that they'll use. They use an automotive paint so that the sign won't fade or discolor.
Mr. Chairman, if I might add, I believe the current ordinance on projecting signs does not allow electricity to run to a projecting sign.
That's why I was asking, so.
Right, the ordinance doesn't allow internally lit signs.
There are two projecting signs on Mitchell Street which actually have wiring going to them.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's hot wire or not, I don't know, but there clearly are two of those signs at one time clearly had electricity running to them. But the current ordinance does not allow for it.
It does allow lighting to be projected onto the signs, but the signs can't be internally illuminated.
I understand that.
And again, Mr. Chairman, if you have any questions about, as I said, I did a survey
Yeah.
of what I saw downtown. If you have any questions on how I did it, it was pretty simple. I just went for a walk and stopped at the Blue Heron and got a donut on the way.
Well, I've been on this board for 20-some years, and none of them ever came in front of us for a variance, so they've been there for a long time.
Right.
Probably the rest of the sign.
And the awning will be removed,
Yes.
definitely.
If we make the motion that way, it has to be.
Yep.
Jerry, I just have a question for you.
Sure.
So if they go back and add lighting to project on the sign, that doesn't change any of the ordinances that are currently in place, correct?
No.
Okay.
They can,
They can
you know,
add-
basically, with lighting, they can light up the whole face of the building if they wanted to. They're just, the signs themselves cannot be internally lit. In other words, you can't have a sign with, you know, like neon tubes or gas, you know,
Okay.
electricity and so forth internally within it.
Like Vegas.
Will you be able to use the existing signs to maybe angle them into, would this be the possibility, or?
Use, I don't understand.
There are 3 existing
Fixtures?
lighting above that
Yeah,
existing.
that's our hope,
Just,
that those will light it up.
okay.
Yeah, those are, they're really nice lights. We like to keep those. In the event that we have to put additional lighting, it would be something just to project onto it. But we like the lighting that is existing.
The sign, the man that makes the signs actually came out and measured the building, and they did the graphics to show what it would look like, and we actually wanted bigger, and he said we want to shrink it down a little bit to make, they went the distance down the block to see when somebody's driving down the road what they would actually see, and they based it on the best size for the building and for visibility.
Well, driving through town, the biggest thing I know is the obstacle is the trees.
Right.
And you don't know how big it is, you're not gonna see it through them.
Right. Yeah, there is the one tree on the right-hand side of the
Yeah.
building that will kind of cover.
Okay, any other comments? If not, ready for a motion? Okay, we'll close the public comments for now. You got any questions or make a motion?
I move that we approve the motion that is outlined, the suggested motion with the draft motion.
I'll second that. Okay, we got a motion and a second.
Okay, it was a motion by Bontrager, supported by Knight, is that correct? Okay. To approve the draft motion that appears on your screen, but let me read it real quickly for the benefit of the public. Based on compliance with the standards of the ordinance, motion is made to approve a variance application by the Clam Lake Beer Company, LLC, 4949 Timberlawn Court, Cadillac, Michigan, to erect a 40-inch by 50-inch projecting sign at 106 South Mitchell Street, said sign to project 45 inches from the front face of the building. The motion is subject to the following conditions. 1, the existing awning, the canopy, and associated hanging signs shall be removed. 2, no additional projecting signs shall be installed on the front exterior of the building. And 3, the lowest portion of the sign shall not be less than 7 feet above the underlying sidewalk. And I'll call then Knight,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Bontrager,
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
It's approved. Thank you, folks.
Okay? Try and put your sign up.
Thanks for your time, and thanks, Mike, for putting this together, and Jerry for all your continued support.
Would there be a provision for a sandwich or something?
Don't answer that.
Meal on us.
Don't answer that.
Oh.
Thank you.
Or any other business?
No other business.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
Thank you very much.